Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Einstands-Interview, dem Magazin der spusu Vienna Capitals. Das ist die erste Ausgabe der Saison 2023-2024 und im Winkelgran hat sich in den Sommermonaten so einiges getan. Mit Marc Habscheid haben die spusu Vienna Capitals einen neuen Head-Coach. Der Kanadier hat im Sommer von Dave Barr übernommen und will mit den Capitals weiterhin erfolgreich sein. Habscheid, der in der letzten Saison bei den BEMA Pioneers Vorarlberg tätig war, konnte mit seinem Heimatland die Eishockey-Weltmeisterschaft gewinnen und hat mit uns im großen Interview gesprochen.
Got voted the greatest city in the world to live for a reason. It's lots of things to do, lots of things to see, and it's a beautiful city. So I've been lucky. I've been fortunate to be here, and it's really helped get organized. I think get here early as far as the hockey's concerned, and get organized in terms of the on ice, but also getting to know people. That's most important. And I've met a lot of people, and that's really helped me. Well, I've went to Steffenplatz probably about 185 times, and so I know that area pretty well. Not much. You just find every time you walk around a corner, there's something new. There's a new building or something new to do, especially in the summer with all the festivals they have. And I know that after, I'll be looking for something, and then 2 weeks ago this was an event that I didn't even know about. So it's been good. It's been a learning experience, but I've enjoyed my time. Yeah, Falkirk was awesome. It was right on the border. I used to laugh because one day I could go for a run to Switzerland and back, and the next day I could go for a run to Liechtenstein and back. So, and then I was 20 minutes from the German border. So it was a really good place in the mountains, great people, and starting out it was great, to be helping with the culture, and Pitt Gleim was a really good owner, and it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed my time there. Vienna's different because it's a big city, and it's a capital city, so two very different towns, but enjoyed my time in Falkirk for sure, and it was next year on to Vienna. There's been a lot of turnover. I think you look at our roster, I think the first 6 or 7 leading goal scorers on our roster are not here anymore. And so those guys have been replaced. So when you do that, it opens it up a little bit. Like Fishy's still here, some of the other guys are still here from last year, but there's been a lot of turnover, which means that the culture has a chance to go whichever way, good, bad, or indifferent. And so that gives me an opportunity to work with new players coming in and the existing players that were here to mold the culture into something that everybody wants.
An seiner Seite steht Assistant Coach Christian Doleschall. Der ehemalige Caps-Spieler, der im Jahr 2005 Meister mit den Wienern wurde, füllte dieselbe Rolle schon unter der Ägide von Ex-Coach Dave Barr aus.
He's awesome. He's just a special guy. He works so hard, and just a really good human being. Incredible husband, incredible father. He's got those 2 little boys that are everything in his world and should be. And you just see him when he talks about his boys, he just lights up, and just a character guy, and I'm fortunate to have him. He knows a lot about the organization, a lot about the people in the organization, and a lot about the players. So I lean on him a lot, and just in terms of his work and his knowledge, he's there, and he loves to learn and get better, and I lean on him a lot. A lot of times he's got better ideas than I do, and that's what you look for. So he's been a real treat to work with.
Im Sommer beendete Ex-Caps-Goalie Bernhard Starkbaum seine Profikarriere. Der langjährige Nationalspieler wechselte daraufhin in den Trainerstab von Marc Habscheid. Evident ist, was Starkbaum und Doleschall als Teil des Trainerteams beitragen können.
Well, experience. They both know a lot about the Vienna Capitals and about the standing of the Capitals in the city and players within the staff, and it gives me a chance to to speed up the process, because they have valuable information and experience within those areas that I can take, and it gives us a head start to things. So both of them have been great. Starkey just 1 year removed from playing, so he's still got a feel for the locker room, which is important as well. And he's just starting out on his coaching journey, so it's fun for me to help him along as well. We just want to play faster. I think we've lost a lot of offense from last year, so we're trying to create a little bit more offense as a team, and I think we have to do that if we're going to score because we've lost, like I said, a lot of pieces offensively. So we're just giving our guys more latitude to play offense, but yet we're giving them structure offensively. A lot of times I think we as coaches just say, oh, just go play offense, but there's a way to play offense structurally as well, and I think we've trying to be a faster team, trying to give our D more opportunities to join the attack in the offensive zone, letting them be a part of that a little bit more. And no one invented the game. Like Dave Barr is a good friend of mine, and a lot of the stuff he's put in is we haven't changed, you know, and no one invented the game, and Barzy's been a great coach, a lot of success, but everyone has their little own ways of doing things, whether it's right or wrong isn't important, or, you know, it's in the eye of the beholder, so to speak. So we just tweak things in different areas, but hockey's hockey. It's not that complicated of a game, and you just want the players to play together and play within one system, whatever that system is. My dad taught me something, you know, rest his soul, he's not with us anymore, but I don't know, 10 years ago he was a farmer and he was working on the combine, and he had the wrenches out, and I was standing there and I was talking to him about, I don't know, computers or something, and he just sat there quietly working away on the combine, and then he put his wrenches down and he looked up at me and he said, you know what, you may be smarter than me, but I'm wiser. And that really stuck with me, and he would always be wiser because he's older than me. I'm 60 years old. A lot of the young guys are in their teens or early 20s. No matter what, they're not going to catch me in age. I've got 40 years on them, and 40 years of not just hockey experience, but life experience. And I really think that if you can help the players grow as people, they'll grow as hockey players. So each and every day is a life lesson, whether it be on the ice or off the ice, how to integrate with teammates, with the public, those types of things. Getting up in the morning, whether you want to choose to wear a nice shirt or a wrinkled shirt, you know, those types of things matter. Into developing not only the hockey player, but more important, the person. So those are things that are important to me, how they view themselves, how they view their teammates, how they get up in the morning and get ready for the day. Everything matters, and I think experience plays a role with that. A lot of things I did good, and a lot of things I wish I had to do over again. But the one thing I can pass on to all these players is my experience, good and bad, and hopefully that helps them. I think a couple of examples is we have signs in our room now. It says, this is a privilege, not a right. And when I was growing up, that was really true. I had the best parents growing up, anybody, but we were poor. We didn't have a lot of money. I can remember my dad, you know, he would get broken sticks, and then he'd take them and he'd saw them on an angle and glue them together and tape them up, and that's what I would use. So I never complained about that. That's all I knew. And parents provided everything they could, but understood that, you know, it was a privilege to play. When I was 3 years old, I was given a pair of skates by a neighbor. You know, we couldn't afford it, and but the parents were solidly behind me, supporting me, and that sticks with you. So understanding that not only for the players, but for me as well, it's a privilege to coach here, not my right. And if you understand that, you'll be ahead of the game. And just the support, like I said, about how my parents supported me and did what they could, even though there wasn't a lot of money. And, you know, and I think that really has helped me and as a human being. So those are the things, experiences I think I can pass on. So, you know, guys need to understand too that we're fortunate to be playing in this city. We're fortunate to be earning money to be doing this job. And if you do that, you respect the job more, and you'll work that much harder, and you'll do things asked of you more, because you understand that this is a privilege to be here. And if you treat it right, like you're right, you're not going to put the necessary work in. No matter what, whether it was last year, the year before that, or whatever, we go into the year wanting to win the championship. That's our goal. To say, geez, I hope we do this, well then you're setting your expectations low. You play the game to win. And that doesn't matter whether it was last year in Falkirk or this year in Vienna. You know, our goal is to win the championship. And that's our expectations. Having said that, like you said, we've had lots of turnover, lost the top 6 goal scorers from our team and replaced them, and a new coach, new players, new systems, everything. So it does take a while to see, but I think what you want to do as a coach and make sure that your players achieve personally and as a team, or overachieve personally and as a team. Where that takes us, who knows? But that's the goal of any time you go into the season, but with that, your goal is still to win the championship. Well, they're the real messengers. I think what we do is we communicate pretty good with our players. You know, they're the ones that are on the ice. They're the ones that can unify the team. They're the ones that score the goals, let the goals in. They're the ones that matter the most. And so if we're going to do things with them, we have to make them a part of it. So we meet with our leadership group every week, and we give them full access to input, talk about things, what they like, what they don't like, get their opinions on different things. And then I use that to develop with Dolly in terms of how we want to play, what the culture is, and even though I have a certain way of doing things, I just can't implement them. In this generation, they need to know why. They need to be a part of it. They understand that I'm the head coach and that's the way it has to be. But to include them and get their opinions is they want that. And I give them that, and a lot of times they've got better ideas than I do. But a lot of times I have better ideas than they do too. So we do that together. And once we have the meetings, we open up, they understand it, and we all agree we're all on the same page, and then they take the message to the group, because it's way more effective coming from teammates than it is from one coach. So they feel a part of it, they feel like they have input, and feel that it's not a me, it's a we thing, and which is very powerful in team sports.
Ein Fixpunkt im Sommerprogramm der spusu Vienna Capitals ist das Club der Freunde Golfturnier. Die Unterstützer des Nachwuchses der spusu Vienna Capitals treffen sich dabei jährlich im Diamond Country Club in Atzenbruck und spielen beim Promi-Turnier einen Sieger aus. Wir haben einige Impressionen gesammelt. Im Sommer verließ mit Raphael Rotter eine der prägendsten Figuren der spusu Vienna Capitals den Verein. Kein anderer Spieler konnte so viele Tore schießen, Assists verbuchen und Punkte sammeln wie der Wiener Angreifer. Er ist 2017 mit den spusu Vienna Capitals Meister geworden. Im Jahr daraufhin wurde er mit der Ron Kennedy Trophy für den MVP der Winter Day Ice Hockey League ausgezeichnet. Wir haben einige Szenen zusammengefasst und freuen uns auf den 17. September auf die Raffi Rotter Night. Das war's mit der ersten Episode von Einstands-Interview, dem Magazin der spusu Vienna Capitals. Wir sehen uns ab jetzt jeden ersten Freitag im Monat, sprich in 3 Wochen wieder. Bis dahin.